All right. Well, just yesterday, Mitchell, Holly, and a few family members, all managed to get my very first siren to my house, and it's one I think people will probably be pretty familiar with. It is a Federal Signal 2T22 from Waukegan. I have to figure out I can't remember which school this one was from, but I will put that in the description once I get that information. Okay, I just figured I'd add this into the video. I just heard back from the person who sold this to me. Just yesterday it was sold to me. This unit stood at 2500 Northmoor Avenue in Waukegan, which, if I pull up the text really quick, I believe that was Glenwood Elementary School in Waukegan. And if I'm correct, based off of looking at the surrounding terrain from the video I saw of it, Amtrak 3501 actually has a video of this very siren when it was still up on the pole. So the siren lives on despite being removed. It's got hope. I'm going to be fixing this up. And I actually also just figured I'd add this in here. There is a Federal sign and signal logo right here. It's extremely faded, and it took me a moment to realize what it was, but you can kind of see the circle logo here, and ever so slightly you might be able to see the outline of the F, and then there was a lightning bolt going through there, and then right here you can see and signal. So how Federal sign and signals logos looked, if you don't know this, is Federal sign and signal, and then the circle logo with the F and the lightning bolt through it. So this was definitely a Federal sign and signal unit, plus this says it on here. So yeah, this pretty interesting device, pretty interesting to know that it's been recorded. I just figured I'd throw in the location since I just heard back. But yeah, here it is. I've got the cones for it. I'll show those in a minute. But the cones and the cap and everything, and the mounting gear, I have that too. But yeah, this is the siren here, mostly taken apart. But this is still the siren. This is the upper intake. The cone would sit on here. This is actually quite heavy right here. That since it has to support when they're lifting it onto the pole, this point here has to support the entire 700 pounds of the siren. But I'll demonstrate. You can spin it up just by spinning the chopper here. You just get this glove on, and then bottom chopper isn't really making much noise because it's resting on the intake, so this chopper can't get much air in it. But this one's got it wide open there. This glove back. Here is show you the tag to it. 3-phase, 208, 240, 480 volts, 60 cycles, 2713 FL amps, 3300 RPM, 10 horsepower, 2T22B75, and the serial number is 480274. And it's also equipped with an internal thermal overload protector. Yeah, this is a pretty cool unit. This one is from Waukegan. I think I said that already, but Yeah, it's from Waukegan. It's 3-phase, as you can see here. But I plan on eventually getting either a phase converter or a 3-phase generator. I have a generator right there, but that's single-phase output. And yes, I plan on refurbishing this. We're kind of already getting started on it today. We're going to be getting new screens for it, so that, because right now these are wide open, and that is extremely dangerous when it's spinning. But well, I'm being careful with it though. But yeah, this is the siren. I guess I'll go walk around and show you the other cones for it, and the intake cone and the mounting gear and everything. Alright, so this here is everything else to it. You got the cones here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that stack. I'm not sure how many are in those stacks, but they come pretty cleanly into 3 different stacks. There's the mounting gear and the cap for it. This thing's actually pretty big. And yeah, I got this from a other siren enthusiast. I got this from another siren enthusiast in over in Vernon Hills. Very, very glad the opportunity came to get this. Yeah, this caught my attention when I noticed it was right over in Vernon Hills. There's that. This is a little spacer here that goes under there, so that this thing hovers over the chopper, or the intake. I'll just leave that there for now. But yeah, you can see here the mounting gear is easily half, maybe even more than half as tall as I am, and this is extremely heavy. You can see there, that's very thick metal right there. Might even be steel. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but yeah, these cones are just, I'm pretty sure these are just sheet metal. They're individually, they're pretty light, but stacked, they're heavy. This thing probably weighs about maybe 8 pounds, maybe, I'd say. I'm not quite sure. Kind of difficult to estimate weight, but yeah. That was from the previous owner. When Braniff took it down, they wrote that on it. Person who gave it to me, his name is also Chris. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all the mounting gear. I gotta think what else I can show about it. Well, I guess I'll just kind of explain what I plan on doing with it. I'm planning to pretty soon. I don't really plan on letting this thing sit for too long before I get working on it. I like to get working as soon as possible on it. But I plan on first getting all the screens replaced so that the ports are all covered. Then I want to get all of the cones fixed up. I have to test it for lead paint. If it has lead paint, then we're going to have to rethink how we're going to paint or repaint it. But I could, I guess, possibly just use paint stripper and stuff. But you still want to be careful no matter what. But yeah, I'm going to get testing kits. I guess you can buy those for really cheap from like Lowe's and any hardware store from what I hear. But yeah. So yes, this siren is going to be refurbished. I'm going to refurbish this, that's for sure. And hopefully someday down the road, because next summer is when I plan on eventually getting a job. So I'll have an income for myself, and that's when I plan on starting to get like phase converters or generators. Most likely it'd be a phase converter. That way I can just plug it into this thing and then I'm set. But once it's done being refurbished, I plan on getting a trailer for it and then just having it live on the trailer. And then I can throw a generator on it, hook up the trailer to a car, and then take it to a test or a meet or anything. Most likely it'd be a Wisconsin one, so it's in the middle of nowhere, but it'd probably be a southeastern place. Who knows? I might even schedule one. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see as time goes on. Also, something I found kind of interesting: 2T22s cannot be reverse wired. It doesn't matter what way the chopper spins. As you can see here, the winglets do not favor a certain direction of spinning. They work either way. So yeah, that's the siren. This thing is pretty big. I mean, taken apart, it's not that big. I mean, here's my hand on it. You can see it's just it's 2.5 times the width, the size of my hand. But yeah, with the horns taken off, it's not that bad at all. I mean, like you can see some bicycles over there compared to this. It's like each chopper is smaller than a bicycle wheel by far. So yeah, depending on how you store it, you can make it pretty small. But yeah, the most difficult thing about running it is that this is a 240 volt 3-phase motor. So I just have to get the power for that, which I could get with a phase converter, but that's going to be a little bit before I do that. Most likely a year and a half maybe. But I plan on doing it soon. I want to get this thing fixed up, and it supposedly it works, which I wouldn't doubt, because all of Waukegan's sirens were working when they were taken down, I believe. So yeah, all right. Well, I'll make updates once the refurbishing process is being carried on. But yeah, I am very happy to finally have a siren. So hopefully someday very soon I can get it all fixed up and on a trailer, and then everyone can see it going off, because I sure want to see it going off too. But given I live in the middle of Chicagoland suburbia, I can't really do that here. So, alright, well, I will keep you all posted on this, and thank you very much for watching. I am looking forward to making updates on this in the future.